Do the eyewitness accounts in the New Testament accurately record the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ in the 1st century AD? This week, millions of Christians around the world are celebrating the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. In the New Testament, the Gospel of John tells us, "Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had yet been laid." One of the most important things that we want to look for when we're looking for a potential burial place of Jesus Christ is, was there a garden? And were there tombs in the location? The Church of the Holy Sepulchre lies above what used to be a quarry, and it was originally the place traditionally held by Christians to be one of the burial locations of Jesus Christ. Archaeologists from the University in Rome have been conducting archaeological renovations within the Church of the Holy Sepulchre since 2022. And this year, while doing renovation on the floor of the Holy Sepulchre, they discovered through archaeobotanical and pollen analysis evidence of there being olive trees and grapevines in the location underneath this ancient structure. This supports the Gospel account that there used to be a garden in this location as well as tombs. The Romans destroyed the temple in 70 AD in Jerusalem, and several generations later, Emperor Hadrian came along, and he saw that this site, where the Church of the Holy Sepulchre now rests, was venerated as a holy site. Because the early Christians believed this was a holy site, Hadrian wanted to profane it by building a temple dedicated to the gods of Venus and Jupiter. Emperor Constantine in the 4th century AD, also known as the first Christian emperor, came to this site in Jerusalem and decided he would destroy this pagan temple and in fact build a church on top to commemorate the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Through multiple conflicts through the Crusades, this location as well as the structure on top has been damaged and rebuilt over hundreds of years. In fact, if you go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre today, you can still see the architecture from the Crusade period that was built during that time. I had the privilege of visiting this site in 2023 while I was studying in Jerusalem, and I was blessed to be able to see this location where many Christians before me had come and worshipped where they believed Jesus Christ had died and where he was buried. The biblical accounts are rooted in historical fact, and it's because of this point that we know that Jesus Christ was in fact killed, buried, and he did resurrect. The biblical accounts are accurate and they record real people, real places, and real events that occurred. You might be wondering, why does it matter where Jesus was buried and if he resurrected? We're told in 1 Corinthians 15, "And if Christ has not been raised, then our preaching is in vain, and your faith is in vain. We are even found to be misrepresenting God, because we testified about God that he raised Christ, whom he did not raise, if it is true that the dead are not raised. For if the dead are not raised, not even Christ has been raised. And if Christ has not been raised, your faith is futile, and you are still in your sins." You may never be able to go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but you can experience the love of God no matter where you are. Happy Holy Week from all of us at Answers in Genesis.